we had just moved to a new school. My father had recently passed away. And I was at a new school, and I wanted to really prove myself here. And so we used to have these pod classrooms. Did anybody ever have a pod classroom where the entire grade was in one huge room? And so the whole entire class, the whole entire grade would come together in the center of the pod for one subject. Our class came together for science. So when we came together for science, we would sit in front of the middle of the room, and I always knew that when we came together, that the teachers would give out an award for the best student in the class and the whole grade. And I really wanted that award. And all it was a paper apple that got hung on the wall with my name on it. But I wanted that award. It meant something to me. It was important to me. And so one day I was determined. I'd been passed up way too many times. I was determined. I'm going to get that award today. So I was sitting there on the ground, cross-legged Indian style. My back is so straight that it's hurting and cramping. And the kid next to me is trying to talk to me, and I'm like, don't talk to me, I'm trying to get picked. So I'm sitting there listening intently as I could, but really my intention was to get picked. And so I'm sitting there, and it finally comes a time where they're going to ask the questions that we need to answer so we can get this apples thing that's the award. And so they asked the question, and my hand goes straight up. You guys know how when you're young, you just thought if you could just keep it square, that they would call on you more. So they did. They called on me. Andrea, they picked me. So I walk up to the front of the room where there's all these choices, all these options that I could pick from to pick the right answer. And I get up to the front of the room, and I look down at all the options, and I know the answer. But I find that I'm unable to move. I'm unable to make that choice. So here's this little girl in second grade looking down in front of her entire second grade class, the entire second grade of the whole school, afraid to make a choice, afraid to pick the wrong answer. And I sat up there and I looked at all the different things, and I looked at them and I knew the answer, but something inside of me said, don't, Andrea, it's too scary. What if you pick the wrong thing? What if everybody makes fun of you? What if you walk away and everybody laughs at you? And so I stood there frozen, knowing I was losing my chance. Every second that went by, I was losing my chance. And so finally I hear the teacher say, well, Johnny, go up and help Andrea. And I knew I had lost my chance. And so what that said about me, and what I internalized that story, I was telling myself about myself, was that I wasn't good enough. I needed acceptance, I needed approval, and I was too afraid of making the wrong choice, of saying the wrong thing. And so that story that I've told myself has played out in my life in so many times, in so many instances where I haven't spoke up for the truth. I haven't spoke up, and I've been afraid to risk it for fear of ridicule, for fear of being shamed. So I want you to think about where in your life are you telling yourself a story about yourself that may or may not be true. So think about that. Look at the things in your life that you're holding on to. Are these stories true? Are they really true? Are they factual? Or are they just stories that we're making up about ourselves? And can we change those stories? So think about it. What are the stories that are impacting you? What are the stories you're holding on to?